You've got to tune in 90.3 FM, KEXP, and online at KEXP.org. My name is Morgan. Thanks so much for joining me today. I am down in the live room, very excited to be joined by the church back here at KEXP. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Great to have you. Love to hear a couple songs.
Absolutely. Take it away.
Take it away.
Yeah.
Eventually, we came to a chasm dark and wide, drifted in silence to endless anemones, shallow dreams. Life was beginning to take a shape. Water was warm, hastened our enemies. Starts a little colony. This kind of life needs a little energy. This kind of thing needs a little secrecy. Thousands of years, our priests have predicted you will come, and you with your death that appears in no photograph. Watch the night sky. We bickered like fools amongst ourselves. We saw protection in artificial youth. Start a little colony. This kind of earth eats a little energy. This kind of thing needs a little secrecy. with a sickening jump, fell through the surface of my life, and I was cut back by the hot camaraderie. The planet was still, nothing moved as it slept in space. I pulled on my suit and exited quietly. That's it.
The Church live on KEXP. That was day 5 from the 2006 release, Uninvited Like the Clouds. Love to hear another one.
Okay. It shall be arranged.
Excellent.
Begins with a single sail, bob and weave through a heaving sea. Even as the city leaves me, I don't know how, I don't know why. Pale, glare, deceiving, jailbird sings such a sad song. Even as the city leaves me, I gotta lose some time. I gotta choose some time. I don't know how, I don't know why. I don't know how, I don't know why. Got a bit of booze in the bedroom. I got a bit delayed in the waiting room. Get a bit of made on a mushroom. I got a bit of braided in the jaded tea. I gotta lose some time. Don't know how, I don't know why. Don't know how, I don't know why. I don't know how, I don't know why. Don't know how, don't know why.
The Church live on KEXP. That was a brand new song from their new album, Man, Woman, Life, Death, Infinity, that is coming out on October 6th. Thank you so much for being here. Those were lovely songs so far. And I'm very excited to hear that new track for the first time. And your 29-date tour just kicked off last night in Portland. How was the show last night?
Yeah, it was pretty good, I think. Sort of all things considered.
Yeah.
First night and a lot of new crew and a few minor technical hitches. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but the show must go on.
And it will tonight at the Neptune Theater. You're doing the whole tour with the Helio sequence. It's an excellent pairing. How did you hook up with the Helio sequence?
How did we hook up with the Helio sequence?
We got hooked up with the Helio sequence.
Highly recommended.
Yeah.
It's like this dating site for bands.
It's like Tinder, but you call it like
Tinder for bands, but much noisier. Much noisier.
Yeah. Well, that's an excellent pairing. And the new album, Man, Woman, Life, Death, Infinity, I mentioned, comes out on October 6th. It's your 26th studio album. Yeah. Can you talk about the process of recording this new album and what it's about?
Okay, we got together. Ian's got a studio up in his house up in Brisbane, and we went up there and we wrote a whole bunch of tracks. And then Tim had a studio at his place, and we went down there and wrote a whole bunch of tracks. And then we went in the big studio, listened to all the stuff we had, kind of pared it down, and sort of worked on the sort of about 10 or 15 songs. Got it down to this.
Is there a particular theme of the record?
There's not really. I know it's got a really pretentious title that takes in everything, and then the album really isn't about anything at all. It's all like, now I've got your attention. So, I don't know. It's just a song about a boy sitting under a tree. I don't know.
It's just like real life.
Exactly.
It's life, the universe, and everything, but really it's nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's good. And your new single, second single, Undersea, you just released yesterday. Mm-hmm. Listeners can go to your website or SoundCloud to hear that. I saw a quote that you said when you were writing that song, you were pretending to be another band. What do you mean by that?
Okay. So I said to the band, so we're about to write the next song, and everybody's had a cup of tea. And I said, so imagine this, a friend of yours rings up and says, the hippest band in the world's about to play. I've got tickets. We're going down there. You walk in, they've walked on the stage. I said, now we have to play that song we imagine that imaginary band are going to play. And that's what we came up with.
Was that the only song that you did that for? Or was that the approach on any other songs on the record?
It failed on a couple of other songs.
You were like, let's pretend we're Michael Jackson. That didn't work. Well, cool. And you've had such a long career. You've been making albums since 1981.
Good Lord.
Can you talk about how recording and putting out and releasing an album is different then as it is now when you've come back with this sort of new lineup that you started in 2014?
Well, you sort of gain some things and you lose some things. In those days, there were the record companies. They were kind of like the filter. So there were like still a million bands out there in garage land, but the record companies could only, there were 7 majors and they could only sign up so many bands. So they were the only ones you ever got to pick from. And, it was all done on analog and people were listening to the music and, there were constraints about how many tracks you could put down and all that kind of thing. Well, that's all changed now. You can sort of have as many tracks as you like, and you can have a recording studio at your fingertips, probably on your iPhone. You probably make a record on your iPhone that's better technically than Sgt. Pepper's, I guess. But, nowadays we don't have the record companies filtering everybody out. And so, you put a song up on SoundCloud like 10 million other people did today, and maybe someone will hear it somewhere. Maybe you'll be the next hip big thing and you'll have sort of 15 billion listens by the time that week's over, and you'll be touring England, or I don't know. It's also more confusing these days, I guess. But it's still always same amount of hopefuls out there trying to crack the business, but the business is very sort of nebulous and keeps moving away just when you think you know what it is. But it's completely different, that's for sure. Back in our days, you used to make a record and you tour to push the record. Nowadays, the tour is everything, and the record's just there just so you can justify having a tour. Yeah. It's all gone topsy-turvy.
What do you prefer? Do you prefer touring, or do you prefer getting in the studio and putting down a bunch of new songs?
Yeah, they're different sort of things. I like the audience, I wish we could we should make our next album with sort of 20 fiends just dying to hear music.
Taking auditions now for that.
I'm sure fans are already emailing, letting us know they would love to be in that audience. Cool. Well, the Church live on KEXP. Definitely pick up the new album, Man, Woman, Life, Death, Infinity, out on October 6th. See them tonight at the Neptune Theater and tomorrow at the Rickshaw in Vancouver, BC. We'd love to hear a couple more songs from you.
Absolutely. Yep. Here we go.
Got a lot of candle for you, so you can see yourself in the dark. I gotta get a handle on you, so you can see yourself, and no hand will leave the mark. I gotta get directions off you. Can you see yourself? The mirror flare could be anywhere. The night is a liar. Overthrow the tyrant. Overthrow the tyrant. And in the fading light I heard, as you ask yourself, how did this happen to me? Once or twice, something nice might have come of it. Gotta fight a battle for you. I gotta bat another century. Another night to settle for you. See yourself and the end everywhere. Today is a liar. Undergo the silence. Undergo the silence. And the fading light I heard, when you ask yourself, how did this happen to me? Once or twice. And in the fading light I heard, when you ask yourself, why does this happen to me? Once or twice, something nice might have come of it. Something nice might have come of it. Got a lot of candle for you, so you can see yourself in the dark. Got a lot of candle for you. You can see yourself in the dark.
The Church live on KEXP. That was Another Century, the lead single from the new album Man, Woman, Life, Death, Infinity. And they have one more song for us here on KEXP.
heart's in overdrive. And then ascending to Jericho City. Camel dust heralds our arrival. Crowds beneath the junket moon. Oh Lord, we are fretting again. In the slipstream, pull off a fair little man. Plummet in some seamless night. It's hopeless sand. Patrick Gilman in the boiling crowd. Never got to meet you last time. Interrupted by the telephone. Didn't think they were invented then. Oh Lord, we need miracles. We need more wine and gold. We need slaves and robes and personal favors with microphones and manifolds. How can you be so invisible? Give me the nerve to see. Religion, privilege, unwanted discovery. Cruising down this shuddering highway, dead sun shining on my back. We talk about the way people treat us back then, the hollow laughter and the pain in their eyes. Oh my Lord, I'm just so intention. Money strangles our love. That's why I'm soaking like a fool with my junk and my jewel. You were before I had enough. How can you be so invisible? Give me the nerve to see. Religion, privilege, unwanted discovery. How can you be so invisible? Give me the nerve to see. Religion, privilege, unwanted discovery.
The Church live on KEXP. That was Myrrh from the record Heyday. Thank you all so much for coming back and seeing us again. It's always lovely to have you here. And have a great show tonight at the Neptune Theater. You can see them on their tour here in Seattle at the Neptune, and playing tomorrow. If you're in the Vancouver, BC area, you can see them at the Rickshaw Theater. And have a great rest of your time out there. We're looking forward to the release of the new record, Man, Woman, Life, Death, Infinity, that comes out on October 6th. And my name is Morgan. I'll be here with you for a few more minutes before Troy comes in and takes over at 3 p.m. So keep it tuned right here to the station where the music matters, 90.3 FM, KEXP, Seattle.
Discover new music at listener-powered KEXP.org.